We rise together, and I am going to show you how you can quantum leap, manifest, move things without needing a whole bunch of contrast, and how quickly this can happen. Okay, so I'm about to share with you my process. It's called SlipSpace Manifesting, but it's really creating, because it's not about manifesting, because everything that you want, you are just aligning with the circumstances that you want to align with. So I am going to share with you the SlipSpace creation process. So first of all, those of you that don't know, SlipSpace is something that I got from the TV show Halo. If you haven't watched it, Halo is on Paramount Plus, and it is also off of a video game. And what happens when you go into SlipSpace is they would get into their ships, right? Their spacecrafts, and they would want to go from galaxy to galaxy to galaxy. Now, going to galaxy to galaxy to galaxy, if you take, go even at light speed, it could take hundreds of years. And so what they did was they found a method that's called SlipSpace, which allows you to travel faster than the speed of light, and you get to arrive in the dimension, galaxy, whatever, the planet that you desire to go to. Even if it's hundreds and hundreds of light years away, it will not take hundreds and hundreds of light years, okay? And so the way I use SlipSpace in my creation process and with my clients is that SlipSpace is avoiding skipping all of the middle steps and going straight to the real desire that you want, the bigger desire. So there are three phases of your desire, 3 steps, 3 parts of it, right? For me, I like to call them different names. So there's the hashtag, of course. That's the thing that you can manifest. It's a little bit of a stretch, but you can manifest it. You're like, yes, I want this, right? There's this desire in your heart. You're like, I want this. That version of your desire is usually limited by humanity, right? It's limited by what we think we can do. It's limited by what we've seen externally. It's limited by, well, I did this last year, so I think I can do this. Or this is what's happening in the world now. This is what I think we can incrementally get there. So the hashtag, of course, is an incremental shift, an incremental change, an incremental, okay? The next step is the stretch, okay? The stretch is something that your brain and your body can get behind, which is normally double or triple whatever the thing you desire. So if we use numbers and say, oh, I know that I could manifest a $60,000 month. Like, let's say last month you had a $30,000 month. And so you're like, oh, I'd love to stretch to 40,000, right? Your mind can get around, if you had 30,000 last month, it can probably get around you doing about 60, because it's like, you know what, double, oh my God, I can do that, right? It can understand double. So it's stretching you, and you're like, I don't know how that would happen, but I can get behind that. It's a bit more of a stretch. It may make you a little uncomfortable, may make you a little nervous in here. It may give you a little bit of excitement, right? Nervous energy and excited energy, same energy. But it is a stretch. It's beyond of course, I know what I could do, right? Because you did 30, you can do 30. You definitely can do 35. You probably can do 40, right? It's not a big deal. So that's the stretch. Next one is my UBMM, which is universe blow my mind. And so that version is the version that you can't even understand. Like, I don't know how long it would take. I don't know what would happen. Universe blow my mind. I don't even know the steps that I would take. I just have to physically become the how and just move, and then you move through me, right? This is where SlipSpace lives. You go from where you are right now to deciding to manifest, to create whatever's in that SlipSpace. Okay, so if we do that and take it and put it in this contest moment, right? So right now we're living in a time where it feels a little chaotic, a little crazy. Yeah, I'm using little, a lot crazy. And so in your mind, you may say, okay, well, I know that, maybe there's a little bit of change. Maybe there's, kick him out of office. Maybe there's these other small things that could happen, right? And so those are incremental changes. Maybe the stretch is, maybe there's a whole official moving out of the office of the entire people, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's a little bit of a stretch. The universe blow my mind. I don't even know how this would happen. Would be like, well, that would change. It would be done. It would, all of the people behind, all of the shadows and all of that stuff would fall, the towers, right? And the Lotus Queen would be ruling, right? Or, Lotus Queen plus some extra dimensional, friends. It would be amazing, right? And you're like, but I don't understand. Human mind is like, I don't understand how. I don't know what would happen. I don't care. You don't need to focus on the how. That's none of your concern. What you need to do is focus on that end experience and say, oh, how does that feel? What would that feel like in my body? What would that feel like to experience it? And focus on just feeling that, seeing that, and experiencing that. whether it's in your imagination, in your body, and then take those feelings and start to experience those feelings now, because you don't need that experience to happen before you decide you get to feel it now. You're picking up what I'm putting down. So by you going through your daily life feeling this, okay? So like if we take a non-political example, if we take that month, right? So let's say, what did I say? It was like 30 was, and then your 40 was your, of course, 60 was the stretch. Let's say we said $100,000 month, $100,000 month. Like my business is gonna have $100,000 month. You have no idea how that's gonna happen. So that's the slip space moment. That's where you're going directly to that planet, to that dimension. That's where we're going. What you get to do is you don't need contrast. Like you don't have to go in and look at the news or look at all the things and say, you know, like to dig up all the things to shift. Well, all you need to do is decide that you are going to intentionally be the woman who has that, live your life every day in that energy, and then anything that is not in alignment with that will make itself known. So if I'm walking and deciding that I have this $100,000 month and this is the way it gets to be, then the crap that needs to come up that's like, no, you don't believe that, all that stuff, it is going to be like, hello, hello, hello. I didn't have to go digging for it. I didn't have to turn on all the mainstream media. I didn't have to do any of that. It came to me because it was things that I needed to take out of the way. It was boulders that I needed to bulldoze through, right? If it's fear, I need to bulldoze through it. I need to be like, okay, I'm scared of this. Let's go do it, right? It's things that I needed to move through and then keep going towards the direction that I need to go. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I want you to know you don't have to like go watch the news and go and immerse yourself in this to get your healing that you need, right? All you need to do is keep focusing on the reality that you want to focus on, and anything that needs to be cleared and shifted will come to you. Whether you flip on TikTok and you're like, oh my God, I thought I blocked that. And then if it brings up a reaction to you, like I talked about in the last video with my client, if it brought up that reaction, then you get to use the Aligned Soul Alchemy Quantum Healing Method so that you can shift it, right? So that you can finally allow yourself to heal and close that cycle and be moving forward. And then what? Put your attention back to where you're going. And so this means that you need to intentionally, continually put your attention, your imagination, your feelings that you get to feel on it is done. It is already mine. It is already done. Because when you decide, I'm going to SlipSpace, you're not like, are we there yet? Did it happen? Give me some dates. I need to know. No. When you decide you're going directly to SlipSpace, you put in the coordinates and you sit back down, you strap in and get ready for Mach 10. That's what you do. And so if you have decided that Lotus is POTUS, if you have decided that the shadows are have lights shining on them and wearing bracelets, if you have decided that that is done, then there are no, where are the dates? What is happening? There's more. Oh my God, I feel that peace. Thank you. Oh, wow. Yes, this feels so good. And if you see something and there's, muskrats or, crazy mangoes and things like that, doing crazy things that feel really out of place, you get to say that's out of place and will be dealt with. And then be aware of whatever comes up inside. Whatever comes up inside, you get to heal and keep it moving. Heal, deal with it, and then turn your face back to, we're on SlipSpace. I'm in Mach 10. This feels uncomfortable, but here we go. Got it? So play with this tool and remember that this is not like, you don't have to go into it seeking things to help figure out how to heal. What you can do that's going to help you move faster is decide where you're going, be the one who's already there, and let whatever needs to clear out come to you.